Micro Plus line is one of the very few lines that is correct in its stated diameter on the spool. A lot of anglers get confused with lines, and it's very important. It's your terminal tackle. It's the end piece of kit that catches a fish. You could have whatever rod you wanted, but it's your end tackle. The line is so important because that's the line that's tied directly to your hook, and it's what the fish see. And that's why it's so important for diameter line, where years ago it was always, when it used to be Bayer Pearl line was the main line, it was 11, 1726. Everybody used that line, it's like a household name. And now Micro Plus is starting to take a hold because it is true to what it said diameter is on the spool. And you can see I'm just holding up two of the large spools. I mean, when you buy the line, you get a small spool with it free of charge. If you buy a big spool of 012, then you get a smaller spool of 010. And it's very hard getting it over to anglers, what the said diameter is. Now, when a fish sees your hook in the water with a bait, it sees the line that's tied to the hook, because you're setting a trap to catch the fish. And if you can trick the fish to taking your bait, you've caught him. And it's very important to have a low diameter line with the highest breaking strain. I mean, I wish I could fish 0.006, which is about 3/4 pound line, and it had the strength of 20 pound line. You get everything in, but it's just a physical impossibility. It's not about. But when you mic up lines, and I've mic'd up all lines, there's so many even leading brands that say they might be 013, 017, and when you mic them up, a spool that might say it's stated 013, mics up 015 or 016. And with Micro Plus, the stated diameter on the spool is what it mics up at, which I can show you later when we mic it up, how true it is to its said diameter. It's very important. And anglers get confused that the most important thing is to be able to fish a line, as I've said before, that is of lowest diameter possible, but the strongest breaking strain. And I'll show you now how, miking it up, you can see how true Micro Plus is to its said diameter on the spool. And like I said, it's very important for when catching fish, your end tackle. As you can see, this is 016 Micro Plus, which is 0.16mm thickness. And the micrometer stating, as you can see on there, it is 0.16. And that's the same with the whole range. If it's 012, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 25, it mics up to its said diameter. It will never ever go over. But a lot of lines lie about the diameter that is on the spool, and a lot of leading brand names are not true to the said diameter. And the actual line is laser controlled. When it's extruded, it's controlled by lasers to keep the said diameter that we want, of the diameter of the line, of the nylon. It's so important, as I've just said earlier, that you must have in your mind that the fish sees the line. It doesn't look at a line and think what pound it is, it sees the diameter. So trying to change over, it's like changing over from old money to decimal. When it first changed over, it's very hard to get a grip of, but now it's the normal thing. And the same with lines, it's starting to be the normal thing of the actual said diameter to poundage. Some people still quote in pounds. I was using 4 pound line, 5 pound line, but the said diameter. And so it's very important. All right, it's a lot of money to invest in a micrometer, but from a company's point of view, when we launched this line, we wanted to make it so important that our line was one of the very few lines which it is on the market for the said diameter that we state on the spool. It is.